Counter-Reformation, the period of Catholic revival, beginning with the Council of Trent, 1545 to 1563, and ending at the close of the 30 Years' War, 1648, sometimes considered a response to the Protestant Reformation. Reformation, the religious movement initiated by Martin Luther in the 16th century to reform the Roman Catholic Church. Council of Trent, one of the Roman Catholic Church's most important ecumenical meetings held between 1545 and 1563 in northern Italy. It was prompted by the Protestant Reformation and has been described as the embodiment of the Counter-Reformation. Chiaroscuro, an artistic technique popularized during the Renaissance, referring to the use of exaggerated light contrast in order to create the illusion of volume.
The most important factors during the Baroque era were the Reformation and the Counter-Reformation. The development of the Baroque style was considered to be closely linked with the Catholic Church. The popularity of the Baroque style was encouraged by the Catholic Church, which had decided at the Council of Trent that the arts should communicate religious themes and direct emotional involvement in response to the Protestant Reformation. The Baroque style is characterized by exaggerated motion and clear detail used to produce drama, exuberance, and grandeur in sculpture, painting, architecture, literature, dance, and music. The chiaroscuro technique refers to the interplay between light and dark that was often used in Baroque paintings of dimly lit scenes to produce a very high contrast, dramatic atmosphere. Famous painters of the Baroque era include Rubens, Caravaggio, and Rembrandt. In music, the Baroque style makes up a large part of classical canon such as Bach, Handel, and Vivaldi. The later, Baroque style was termed Rococo, a style characterized by increasingly decorative and elaborate works.
In the Baroque style of architecture, emphasis was placed on bold spaces, domes and large masses, as exemplified by the Quilo's National Place in Portugal. In music, Baroque style makes up a large part of the classical canon. Important composers include Johann Sebastian Bach, George Handel, and Antonio Vivaldi. In the latter part of the period, the Baroque style was termed Rococo, a style characterized by increasingly decorative and elaborate works. At the outside of Rococo style represented a reaction against the ponderous design of Louis XIV's Palace of Versailles and the official Baroque art of his reign. Several interior designers, painters, and engravers, among them are Pierre Potru, J.A. Misuner, Jean Perrin, and Nicolas Penou, developed a lighter and more intimate style of decoration for the new residences of nobles in Paris. In the Rococo style, walls, ceilings, and molding were decorated with the delicate interlacings of curves and countercurves based on the fundamental shapes of the C and S, as well as with shell forms and other natural shapes. A symmetrical design was the rule. Light pastels, ivory white, and gold were the predominant colors, and Rococo decorators frequently used mirrors to enhance the sense of open space.
Rococo, style in interior design, the decorative arts, painting, architecture, and sculpture that originated in Paris in the early 18th century but was soon adopted throughout France and later in other countries, principally Germany and Austria. It is characterized by lightness, elegance, and an exuberant use of curving natural forms in ornamentation. The word rococo is derived from the French word rocaille, which denoted the shell-covered rock work that was used to decorate artificial grottos. From France, the Rococo style spread in the 1730s to the Catholic German-speaking lands, where it was adapted to a brilliant style of religious architecture that combined French elegance with South German fantasy as well as with a lingering Baroque interest in dramatic spatial and plastic effects. Some of the most beautiful of all Rococo buildings outside France are to be seen in Munich.
The term Rococo sometimes used to denote the light, elegant, and highly ornamental music composed at the end of the Baroque period, from 1740s until the 1770s. The earlier music of Joseph Haydn and of the young Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart can thus be termed Rococo, although the work of those composers more properly belonged to the emerging classical style.